Ever wondered how the richest family in South Korea, the Lees, repeatedly find themselves entwined in legal troubles? It's a question that baffles many, especially when you consider the magnitude of their empire and the influence they wield. Meet the Lees, a family whose name is synonymous with South Korea's economic growth. Their empire, Samsung, is a titan in the global tech industry. It's hard to find a corner of the world where Samsung's influence doesn't reach. From cutting-edge smartphones to high-tech appliances and televisions, the Lees brand is a household name. Yet despite their immense wealth and power, the Lees can't seem to escape a web of legal troubles. It's a paradox that leaves one wondering, how can a family with such resources and influence find themselves repeatedly on the wrong side of the law? The patriarch of this dynasty, Lee Byung-chul, was a visionary. Born into a wealthy family, he transformed a small trading company into a global conglomerate. His vision, coupled with his shrewd business acumen, laid the foundation for Samsung's success. Yet it also set the stage for the legal issues that would plague his family for generations to come. Lee Byung-chul's legacy is a double-edged sword. On one hand, he's hailed as a pioneer who propelled South Korea into the global economic arena. On the other, his aggressive business tactics and alleged corrupt practices have cast a long shadow over his family's reputation. The Lee's story is not just about a wealthy family navigating the complexities of business and power. It's about the thin line between ambition and corruption, between success and scandal. It's a tale that's as intriguing as it is cautionary, a saga that continues to unfold and captivate audiences around the world. As we embark on this journey to unravel the Lee's story, remember this: wealth and power may buy influence, but they can't always keep you out of trouble. Now let's delve into the chronicles of this intriguing family. Lee Byung-chul, the founder of Samsung, was no stranger to controversy. Born into a wealthy landowning family in 1910, he was a man of great ambition and keen business acumen. His journey began with the founding of Samsung Sangho, a small trading company dealing in groceries in 1938. From those modest beginnings, the company quickly expanded into sectors like textiles, shipbuilding, and eventually electronics, culminating in the giant conglomerate we know today as Samsung. But Lee's meteoric rise wasn't without its share of scandal and controversy. In the mid-50s, he was exiled to Japan following accusations of illicit currency transactions. Despite this setback, he managed to return to Korea after a few years, armed with new business strategies. With a focus on global expansion and technological innovation, Lee propelled Samsung into the international arena. However, his business ventures weren't always met with favor. His aggressive expansion tactics often brought him into conflict with the law. There were instances of bribery, embezzlement, and tax evasion. Yet despite these legal entanglements, Lee's business empire continued to flourish. His management style, often termed as management in crisis, emphasized the need for constant innovation and reinvention to stay ahead of the curve. Lee Byung-chul's reign came to an end in 1987 with his sudden demise. His passing sparked a power struggle within the family, but eventually, his third son, Lee Kun-hee, emerged as his successor. Lee Kun-hee inherited not just his father's business empire, but also his knack for controversy. His succession marked the beginning of a new era for Samsung, one that was to be fraught with both unprecedented success and scandal. It's interesting to note that despite the controversies, Samsung under the Lees has managed to carve out a niche for itself in the global market. Their ability to adapt, innovate, and expand has ensured that their legacy endures. With the baton passed to Lee Kun-hee, would the future be any different? The reign of Lee Kun-hee was marked by exponential growth and, you guessed it, more legal issues. Lee Kun-hee, the second-generation leader of the Samsung empire, took the helm in 1987. His leadership was nothing short of transformative. Samsung, under his guidance, morphed from a domestic producer of cheap electronics into a global powerhouse, manufacturing everything from smartphones to semiconductors. So, what was it about Lee Kun-hee's leadership that sparked this transformation? He was a man with a vision that went beyond the boundaries of South Korea. He saw the potential for Samsung to become a global player and pushed his employees to strive for nothing less than the best. The infamous Frankfurt Declaration in 1993, where he told his executives to change everything except your wife and children, speaks volumes about his relentless pursuit of excellence. His mantra of quality first became the guiding principle of the company, propelling Samsung to the forefront of the global electronics industry. But it wasn't all smooth sailing. Lee Kun-hee's reign was marred by a number of legal issues. In 2008, he was charged with tax evasion and breach of trust, amounting to billions of won. The scandal shook the company, and Lee stepped down as chairman of Samsung. However, in a twist that could only happen in a drama, Lee was pardoned by the South Korean government just a year later. The reason? His immense contribution to the country's economy. His return to Samsung was marked by a renewed focus on innovation and design, further cementing Samsung's position on the global stage. Yet, the shadow of his legal troubles continued to haunt the company. The question of succession loomed large, and the wheel of fortune was about to turn once more. As the wheel of fortune turns, another Lee steps into the limelight. Lee Jae-yong, the third-generation heir, seemed destined to walk the path of his predecessors. As the grandson of Samsung's founder Lee Byung-chul and son of Lee Kun-hee, Jae-yong was groomed to take the reins of this sprawling tech giant from a young age. Upon his father's illness in 2014, Jae-yong was thrust into the limelight, assuming de facto leadership of Samsung. He brought with him a fresh vision, aiming to transform Samsung into a global innovator, not just a fast follower. He sought to steer the company towards new frontiers such as artificial intelligence, biopharmaceuticals, and 5G. Visionary though he may have been, he was not immune to the shadows that had long loomed over the Lee family. In 2017, Jae-yong was entangled in a political scandal that shook South Korea to its core. Accused of bribing the country's president to secure government backing for a merger of two Samsung affiliates, Jae-yong found himself at the center of a storm. As the scandal unfolded, the third-generation Samsung leader was sentenced to a 5-year prison term. Yet the story doesn't end there. In a twist that seems almost characteristic of the Lee family saga, Jae-yong was released from prison after serving just 1 year. His sentence was suspended, and he returned to his role at Samsung, his vision for the company undeterred. It's a tale that's all too familiar in the Lee family's history, a cycle of power, ambition, scandal, and resilience. Each generation of Lees has faced their share of public scrutiny and legal battles, yet they've always managed to bounce back. They've weathered the storms, emerging stronger, their grip on Samsung firmer. Despite their legal troubles, the Lee family remains a force to be reckoned with. Their resilience and determination, coupled with their unwavering vision for Samsung, continue to shape the tech industry. As we delve deeper into the Lee family saga, one thing becomes clear: their story is far from over. Why does the richest family in South Korea consistently find themselves in legal hot water? That's the question many of us ask when we look at the Lee family's ongoing saga. The Lees, worth an estimated $370 billion, are no strangers to legal battles. Over the years, they've faced charges of tax evasion, embezzlement, and even bribery, with each generation seemingly outdoing the last in their legal entanglements. But what's at the root of these issues? Well, it all boils down to the complex interplay between business, politics, and law in South Korea. The country's chaebols, or family-controlled conglomerates, have long been accused of wielding undue influence over the nation's political landscape, and the Lees, as the heads of Samsung, are arguably the most powerful of them all. Just take a look at the case of Lee Jae-yong, the family's third-generation leader. In 2017, he was sentenced to 5 years in prison for bribing the president's confidant to secure political favors. But he served just 1 year before being released, a move that many saw as a testament to the family's clout. Yet it's not just about political influence, it's also about the ways in which the Lees have navigated the murky waters of corporate law. From complex shareholding structures to questionable merger deals, the family has repeatedly come under fire for their business practices. Of course, they're not alone. Many of South Korea's chaebols have faced similar criticisms, but the Lees' repeated run-ins with the law have made them a symbol of the systemic issues plaguing the country's corporate landscape. So why does the richest family in South Korea consistently find themselves in legal hot water? Well, it seems to be a combination of their immense power, questionable business practices, and the broader issues facing South Korea's corporate world. The Lee's saga is a testament to the intricate dance between power and responsibility, It's a dance that continues to captivate us as we watch the family's ongoing legal battles with bated breath. With a history marred by legal battles, what does the future hold for the Lee family and Samsung? As we cast our gaze towards the horizon, we find ourselves asking, what's next for the Lees and their tech empire? The future, like the screen of a brand new Samsung smartphone, is crystal clear yet filled with endless possibilities. Let's consider a few potential scenarios. One possibility is that the family may decide to step away from the helm, passing the baton to a non-family professional CEO. This could usher in a new era for Samsung, one that is less characterized by family drama and more by strategic, forward-thinking leadership. On the other hand, the Lees might decide to double down, tightening their grip on the company's reins and weathering the storm of legal challenges. As for Samsung, the company has the potential to continue its trajectory of innovation and growth. Despite the legal issues surrounding its leaders, Samsung has consistently proven its ability to deliver cutting-edge technology and quality products. However, the reputation of the company may hinge on how it navigates the legal and ethical hurdles that lie ahead. The implications of the Lees' legal issues on their legacy are profound. For one, their story serves as a cautionary tale for other family-run conglomerates about the dangers of mixing personal and professional matters. It underscores the importance of transparency, ethical business practices, and good governance. Moreover, their saga is a stark reminder that no matter how high one climbs, the rules of law and morality apply to all. It's a narrative that transcends the world of business, resonating with anyone who values fairness and accountability. Ultimately, the fate of the Lee family and Samsung hangs in the balance. The choices they make today will shape their legacy and determine their place in the annals of corporate history. Will they rise above their past, learning from their mistakes to build a brighter future, or will they continue to be haunted by their legal battles, their story serving as a testament to the perils of unchecked power and ambition? Only time will tell if the Lees can break free from their past. In the whirlwind of wealth, power, and legal battles, the Lee family stands as a paradox. Over the course of this video, we've traced the rise and trials of the Lee family, the influential dynasty behind the global giant Samsung. We've journeyed through their saga, a tale marked by ambition, innovation, and a relentless pursuit of power. Yet it's also a story marred by controversy, legal strife, and public scrutiny. The Lee family's journey began with the patriarch Lee Byung-chul, who established a small trading company in the late 1930s. His vision and relentless drive transformed this modest venture into a global conglomerate, spanning industries from electronics to shipbuilding, construction, and more. Yet his legacy is not merely one of wealth and success. It's a testament to the power of vision, the importance of innovation, and the relentless pursuit of growth. Stepping into his father's shoes, Lee Kun-hee took the reins of Samsung. His reign was marked by a fierce drive for quality and global recognition. Under his leadership, Samsung transformed into a world leader in technology, rivaling giants like Apple and Sony. Yet his reign was not without controversy. From tax evasion to bribery allegations, Lee Kun-hee's leadership became a symbol of the blurred lines between South Korean chaebols and the nation's political machinery. Then came the third generation, Lee Jae-yong, who inherited a legacy of innovation and controversy. His tenure has been marked by high-stakes legal battles, from bribery charges linked to South Korea's political scandal to allegations of stock manipulation. Yet, despite these challenges, Samsung continues to thrive, a testament to the resilience of the Lee family's empire. Throughout this saga, we've seen how the Lee family's fortunes are intertwined with South Korea's economic narrative. Their story is a mirror to the nation's rise on the global stage, reflecting the promise and perils of rapid economic growth. Yet it also raises questions about the concentration of wealth, the role of large corporations in society, and the interplay between power, privilege, and justice. As we reflect on the Lee's journey, we find a paradox at the heart of their saga. A family that has propelled South Korea onto the global stage, yet finds itself continually mired in legal quagmires. A dynasty that has brought wealth and prosperity to many, yet stands accused of perpetuating economic inequality. A conglomerate that drives technological innovation yet is embroiled in controversies that raise questions about its ethical standards. These contradictions remind us that the Lee's story is not merely a narrative of wealth and power. It's a tale that reflects the complexities of our modern world, the challenges of balancing growth with ethics, and the enduring question of how power should be wielded and held accountable. As we bid farewell, remember, every fortune has a story, and every dynasty has its own trials.